Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name's Keely and today we are continuing to let a color wheel choose our colors for our current project. So if you've seen the last couple of videos, I am currently working on the Persian tile blanket by Janie Crow, and so far I've done 6 of the tiles right here. Here's one of the last ones I did. The goal this week is to make 5 tiles. It'd be awesome if we could just make the last 10 that we need, because you need 16 of these in total. So I really want to at least try to get 5. That is the goal. But to do that, we need to spin and get some colors. So in order to speed this up a little bit, I'm going to spin the wheel. I have 24 colors. Each tile takes 7 colors. So that gives me at least 3 tiles that I can just make and already have the colors picked out for. What I'm going to do, because the goal is 5, as I've said, I'm going to just spin again 2 more times. That way at least I can try to get all 5 tiles done, because I'll already have the part of picking all the colors out of the way, and I'll just write down what colors I got for the 4th and 5th tile, because there are going to be some overlap of the colors. So without further ado, let's get started. I do have 3 colors left from the last round of choosing that haven't been chosen yet, so I'm going to spin it just for these 3 before I reset the wheel. For these 3, it's just determining what order they are going to appear in the tile. So the first is going to be Gentle Jade for the first color, and the second color going to be Cupid for this one. Obviously the third color is going to be the last color I had. So now I am just going to reset my counter or my wheel. Okay, I have the wheel reset. I'm going to spin 4 more times so I can get the 4 other colors for this first tile. If I get one of the colors that I've already chosen, I'm not going to remove it, just so when I get to like spinning the colors for the 4th tile, that way those will be in there. But any colors that I get that aren't these first 3, I will go ahead and remove them from the wheel. Let's spin for the 4th color. Okay, we got Cupid, which is one of the colors. That's funny. So let me do it again. Okay, Oyster Pink. So we got a lot of this. For last week when I was making the tiles, I did use up the rest of the first skein that I had of this. I did have a backup, as you can see. So I was able to get into this. So now this one needs to be used up. Light orange, this one right here, tomato red, and last one, we got lemongrass. All right, here is the color palette for the first tile. I'm going to set this down and off to the side, and we're going to spin for our second tile. For the second tile, the first color is going to be bright yellow. This one right here. Next color is Guilt, which we have in the first one, but that's okay. We will just use it for the second one as well. Third color is Auburn right here. 4th color is Primrose, this one right here. So we're gonna have a lot of yellow in this one. That'll be fun. The 5th color is Cupid here. The 6th color is going to be this green right here, the color Grass, and the last color going to be white. Okay, here is the color palette for the second tile. Very yellow on this one, but I'm excited to see how that turns out. All right, so let's keep going. We need our 3rd tile colors. The first one is going to be light green. So this little pale green right here. The second color is this powder blue. I need to rewind this one up. It's getting a little crazy. The 3rd color is vibrant green. This one right here. 4th color is lavender. This right here. I do believe I have another in the closet. Actually, let me go double check. I do have another one in there, so that's not a worry. That was the 4th color. The 5th color is Bluebell, and then we have lemon, and last is orange. So here is the color palette for the 3rd tile. All right, so we have 6 colors left, so I am just going to spin 1 more time so we can have our 4th tile. Okay, our first tile is Iced Pink, or first color I mean, Iced Pink right here. Then we have Cornfield right here. Okay, followed by Lagoon Blue, and then pink, medium pink, and then we only have one color left out of all 24 colors, and that is Gentle Jade. So that gives us 6 colors. So I'm going to reinsert all the colors one more time and spin the wheel one more time so I can get the final color for this 4th tile. Okay, and then the last color for this is Cupid. This is all I have left of Cupid, and with it already being used in 2 of the first tile, I'm not sure I will have enough. So I'm gonna spin this one more time just in case I don't have enough of this Cupid color. That way I can already have the replacement. Okay, and then we get light green. Here is our color palette for the 4th tile. I'm not going to spin for the 5th tile just because I want to make sure that I can go ahead and kind of start and get into making these, and when we get to that point I will spin at that time. Hello everyone, it has been a few days since I last filmed that clip, and I have just finished my 3rd Persian tile for this blanket. I've actually made a lot of good progress, more than I thought I would, so I'm very happy about that. Before I start on my 4th square, I did want to share with you how these color palettes have worked up. I'm really happy with these. I'm loving doing this color random generator for these because, like I've said before, it's putting colors together that I wouldn't normally put together, and it's turning out really well. So here is the first one. That's the back. Turned out lovely. And then this one. The back is done on that one as well. And then this 3rd one I just finished. I have a few ends to weave in, but nothing crazy. I really like the center of this one. So yeah, you can see I've got an end there and an end here, but nothing bad. Before I start this last one, I did want to give an update because these first 2 did have the Cupid color in it. Right here, just very minimal, right under the Gentle Jade here. And then this one used it more, those 2. And so this is all I have left, but it is the last color technically. So the last color is used for this border here. So like you can see here, the orange, that's where it's gonna be used in the whole tile. So I think we can make this work. I think we'll have plenty. Hopefully we can use the rest of this, and so we can add in a new color. That would be really nice. So it'll be really nice to hopefully get rid of this and get this out of my stash. Without further ado, I'm going to get started on this 4th tile, and I'll keep y'all updated. All right, so it has been a few hours since that last clip. I did finish weaving in the ends for the 3rd tile. This is how far I am in on the 4th one. I think I can definitely finish it tonight and start the 5th tile. I don't know if I'll be able to finish the 5th one, but that is the goal. So maybe if I push myself really hard, I'll be able to do it. But we're on the 6th round for this one, so making some pretty good progress. I feel like after I do the fans for this tile, it always goes up pretty quickly. So definitely think I can finish this tonight. We're about to have dinner, and I'll work on this a little bit more and see where we're at. Good morning. So last night I did not finish this 4th tile. We ended up going in the living room and watching a movie, and I didn't want to bring in the yarn. It is the next day, obviously, and I am almost finished with this. This is where I'm at. So now I just need to use the navy color that I'm using, which is this middle pink. You can't see that. It is this one right here, and you can see I am getting pretty low on that. And then the accent color, so like how I have the orange here, that is this Cupid color, and we are getting pretty low on this. But I'm hoping all I need this for is to do the accent colors there, and I'm hoping that this will use up the rest of that, and we can substitute in maybe the purple or like the royal blue. Last couple of rows, and then this 4th tile will be done. and we are looking pretty good so far. I haven't woven in some of these ends for this just because I'm a little nervous that I may run out, but probably gonna be fine. So, all right, let's do these last couple of rows and see how we're looking. All right, we just finished this tile and we won yarn chicken. So I thought I was going to be closer to running out for this Cupid color than some of the other colors, but actually the one I was closest to running out on is the navy that I used. This is like nothing, so that's very nice. And here is how much left I had of the ice pink as well. So used all three of these pinks up pretty much entirely. For the rest of the pattern, there are some granny squares and some granny triangles that you have to make for the blanket pattern. So I will save these and try to use them up completely, but for sure we're gonna need to replace this color, and I may hold on to these two because, like, if you see this green here, that's the only round you have to do for that particular color in the pattern. So when I'm rolling for the colors, if I can get one of these for that, I think it's like the 6th color that I would want that in, I'll use these, because this will definitely be enough for that round and that round only, but it definitely won't be enough for any of the other rounds that you need it for. So I will save it for that, or like I mentioned, the granny squares / granny triangles. We have a couple of ends to weave in. I was holding off on weaving in these ends just because, again, I was scared of running out, and if I ran out, I wanted to be able to easily frog it back, redo it with a different color. But I'm very happy with how it turned out. I think out of these tiles that I've done this week, this one's my favorite. I do have a little bit more time left today. I'm going to get started on the 5th one after I weave in the ends for this 4th one that I just finished, and hopefully I can finish that 5th one today. Alright, here is a little update. We've finished the fans and we've just done our first round to connect the fans and make everything more cohesive. This is round 8, so we have 6 more rounds to do. Everything after here is probably gonna fly by really quickly, or at least that's what it usually feels like. I do have ends to weave in, but I really want to hit my goal of making 5 tiles for this week, so I think I'm just gonna skip these, weaving in these ends, and move on and try to get a few more rounds done. It is currently 4:21 and the goal is to get finished by 5, so we'll see how far we can get. I finished it. It looks so good. I do have some ends to weave in, but nothing too crazy. I just have like the last 4 or 5 rows of the ends to weave in. I did stop to make dinner. That's why this took me a little bit longer than I wanted to, but I got it done. I met the 5 tile goal and I'm so happy with the progress. Now this just means with these 5 done that I just have 5 more of these tiles, and then I can get started on making the granny squares and the granny triangles. I don't know what else exactly is in the rest of the pattern, but I do know there's some triangles that you got to make, and then there's some granny squares that you have to make as well. So I am going to keep the theming of using a color wheel to generate the colors, so it kind of matches the vibes of the tiles. With that being said, I will go over these one last time and I will tell y'all my favorite. So here's the first one, the second one, third one, the fourth one, and the last one. So out of all of these, I think this one right here, the last one I've just done, is my favorite. I think the yellows and the blues and the pop of orange really goes well together. I did really like this pink one as well. It, of the bunch, was my favorite before this last one, but I don't know, they are all really nice. I really like all of them, and I can't wait to put this blanket together and see all the colors. I think it's gonna look so good. So with that, that is gonna be the end of today's video. I do hope you enjoyed it. If you did enjoy it, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe down below, and I'll see y'all in the next one.